This is why I voted for Claudia.
USA is not the move anymore. Mexico is booming right now. Come home.
So in today's episode of Mexico is Going Downhill, farming and agriculture is now going to be a thing of the past in Mexico. So right now they're all in protest, closing main roads and basically throwing all their vegetation and destroying it. Why, you ask? Oh, there's just so much to say, so Lord help me word this correctly. For starters, the main thing is they don't want to pay the price. The government doesn't want to pay the price of what it is. So instead of them making money, they're actually losing a lot of money to farm. The prices to maintain a farm nowadays, they're making it like impossible with the fuel and, you know, all the other supplies that they need to maintain the crops are skyrocket high. There used to be like financial programs that helped the farmers out. Well, those got cut off because they were pocketing the money, so they no longer get those programs that help the farmers. Instead, they're getting the product from different countries that they're getting it way cheaper, and it's not even good quality. It's like the worst quality, and they're selling them in places like Walmart and, you know, like their superstores for higher prices, just cutting the farmers out and leaving them in the dust. And they're just so angry and demanding that the government helps. Claudia's not doing anything to help. She doesn't care. Instead of helping the farmers who can't even afford like to maintain their crops, she's actually sending a whole bunch of free fuel to countries like Cuba because she's a good helper. She's a globalist. While her own people in her country just are going to crap, se están pudriendo. Another thing that you're not seeing a lot of them talking, and understandably so, because that's a direct hit to yourself and your family, but also the cartels. They got to pay the cartels their quota. And it's not no chump change either. And that's only if your land hasn't already been seized by the cartels, which in most cases, a lot of farmers have died trying to protect their farm. But the cartel takes over and they're able to. Why? Because the government loves the cartels. So on top of fighting against the government and what the injustice that they're getting from the government, they're also not able to make it because of the money they have to pay to the cartel. There's been many times where a whole bunch of farmers would try to get together and have like a protection system going on where they would arm themselves to protect themselves from the cartel. Well, guess what happens? They send the officials over, and who gets in trouble? The farmers, because they're not allowed to have weapons, or they don't have the right license to have weapons to protect themselves. So instead, they're protecting the cartels, who they're allowed to have weapons. Why? I don't know. Maybe because they're one and the same. But it doesn't take a blind person to see that this is all going according to their plan, according to the communistic Marxism plan that they have. And that's to cripple the economy, cripple it to where they can't make a living on their own, and to where they have to do what? Rely on the government. So this is why Claudia, she has no interest in helping these poor farmers. And if you saw the videos, it breaks your heart. There was this old farmer man, he had tears in his eyes. It just split my heart open just seeing that old man cry.
Un precio justo, al que le cae bien, hasta el que no siembra, pues los productores estamos hasta la chingada, ganas de llorar, de sentimiento y dolor, si nuestros padres nos incluyeron nomás a sembrar.
And it's funny because I've been seeing a lot of farmers, they're speaking out. They're even on TikTok now. You see them, they never used to make TikToks. I'm starting to see more and more coming on TikToks, and they're talking about it, and guess what? Everybody's attacking them. Because why? Because of their 3 croquetas that they get. They're happy as they're giving them a little bit of money so the government and the cartels can do their desmadre and put the country down, and y'all stay just quiet because of the little money that we're giving y'all. So in return, you have people defending her, saying, you know, just attacking people who are speaking up about the truth of what's going on. And a lot of those farmers, you see them, and they're talking about that. If you're, you know, if that's not the way you want to live, start getting the legal process of moving to a different country, because Mexico is no longer going to be Mexico. It's going to be another Venezuela or another Cuba. I just came across another video today. The education system, the parents are very mad because they're literally incorporating nothing but Marxist ideologies to the kids. They're not showing them basic things like reading and math. They're showing them ideologies of this of how one group is against another group and how you're oppressed. The playbook of just being a victim in life. And I saw parents starting to speak out about it.
En este libro, Paulo Freire construye una teorización marxista de la educación, de liberar al oprimido frente a su opresión, que no es más que una reminiscencia de la vieja lógica dialéctica marxista de los proletarios con lógica llevada a los libros de texto, que muchos no estamos de acuerdo con ver así el mundo. Muchos no compartimos esa ideología, porque es una ideología. Y lo que queremos en la educación pública básica, particularmente en los libros de texto, es que los niños aprendan a leer, aprendan a escribir. Los cuadernos desde la cárcel de Gramsci, el hombre unidimensional de Marcuse. Esto no es marxismo. Tendrías que explicarnos qué tienen que ser estas referencias bibliográficas.
Poor man, they were not trying to hear him. He gets attacked by the brain dead sheep. But the education system is messed up over there, which is a big reason that when I used to live in Mexico, I took my kids out and I homeschooled them because I saw the books and I saw how they were trying to indoctrinate them, and that a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy. They had little boys dressed in ballerina suits and all this stuff that kids shouldn't be learning at their age. My daughter was a kindergartner. But yeah, it's a mess. And I know a lot of y'all always get mad at me when I talk about Mexico, and you're like, oh, you just hate Mexicans, you hate Mexico, you think you're white. Little do y'all know, I have dual citizenship. I'm Mexican. I have family over there. I lived in Mexico, so it hurts me. I actually love Mexico and I love the people there, and that's why I talk about it, because it hurts me to see the injustices that are happening. I used to do the same thing about United States because I love this country as well, but I see that now it's in good hands, and there's no way in hell that the left is ever gonna get any kind of place anymore, because y'all are so far gone. So it's like, okay, I think we're in good hands now, so I don't have to worry about it. But I see what's going on in Mexico, and it's a result of so many people being asleep. And as much as I would like to open the eyes of those that are blind, I feel like it's too late. They're already so deep in. The communist Morena cartels, they're so deep in there. It's gonna take a miracle. So in today's episode of Mexico is